Hello. Yeah. Oh, well. It's like I had my microphone on that whole time and didn't even realize it. I hope I didn't do anything embarrassing. Oopsie. Hello. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. As always, great to see y'all here this beautiful Thursday morning. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, we're ready to go. But first, I got to put on my expensive special effects. All right, look at that. Yay. Have a sip of coffee for my coffee. Ah, delicious. No, that's actually some pretty good Joe right there. I'll tell you what. Um, and so it begins Thursday morning. Holy monkey farts. How you guys doing today? Great to see y'all here. Speaking of which, who's here today? Let's find out. Who was first? Is King Stu 2000. Good morning, all. Good morning to you. And here's the first happy dance of the day. Goes to King Stu. Here we go. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah. You guys are the best. All right, let's see. Dad farted. Yes, he did. And it was stanking. Woo-wee. Little Chihuahua. Hope you're doing good. Glad to see you. Absolutely, positively. Griffey's in the house. What's up, Little Chihuahua? Big world. That's awesome, mate. Glad you're home. And home makes you feel better. Heaps better. Yes, it does, as a matter of fact. Griffey, Dad farted, Little Chihuahua. Greg Jonick, what's up? Good to see you. I got a hair in my eye. I don't. Ow. Dang nabbit. All right. Dad farted. What's up? All right. Griffey, Greg Jonick, Kingston 2000, Little Chihuahua, Big World. Let's see who else is here. Oh my goodness gracious me! Can you believe it? We already got a $2 tasing. Oh, it's amazing. Oh my goodness gracious me! I ain't even started yet, and we're already getting busy with the hizzy. Ooh wee! Let's get funky with that monkey and taste that voodoo doll. Where is it? What the heck happened? Oh, you know what? I have to fix something real quick. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Oh, this is gonna be great. He's still asleep. I love it when we get to wake him up with a tasing. Oh, it's amazing.
Hey, man. Oh, hey, look out. All right, here we go. Hey, Gavin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Good to see you. Little Chihuahua. Did the chat reset? Why did somebody else come first? Did I miss something? King Stu said something. Anyway, let's see. We got Kimmy Wrangler in the house. What's up, Kimmy? Good to see you. We got Fraudit Wrangler in the house. Good to see you too. We got Scott Ammo. How's it going? I sure hope today is better than yesterday. Why? What did I do wrong yesterday? Yesterday's show was bad. I'm sorry. What was wrong with it? Give me some feedback. Let me know. What did I do? Now I feel bad. Let's see. Little Chihuahua, Dad farted, Griffey, Kimmy Wrangler, Father Wrangler, Griffey, Methodist Dave. What's up? Good to see ya. Give me John Anderson. What's up? Sleepy, coffee me now. Coffee me now. The cats can feed themselves. They'll find a mouse or something, dagnabbit, or bird. Mr. Mimsy Borgo Valbay. All right, good to see ya. And that face is perfect for your name, too. It's like, it's great. I love it. It's a whole package, ladies and gentlemen. Norfolk Southern Pokey District is in the house. Morning, everybody in the chat. All right, good to see you, buddy. Let's see who we got. Luna Knights. What's up, Luna? Norfolk, Kimmy, Black Heart Knight. Oh yes. Did my butt tasing come? Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's coming. You'll see. I got a plan for that one. Let's see. Billy Yank, what's up? Good morning. Methodist Dave. Let's see. Give me Wrangler. What's up, Methodist Dave? Who'd I miss? Donald Jeffrey, what's up? Good to see you. Edward Catalier, hello. Unclean Hands. The legend. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Little Chihuahua, Kimmy Wrangler, Methodist Dave. Oh, there it is. He deserves another one. Nicode's in the house. What's up? Good to see you. I hope not. Yeah, we don't want nobody to get shot. If you did taking a shot, that's something different. I'm going to take a shot. I'll take a shot. All right. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Donald Jeffrey, Greg Jonex, Salacious, my beautiful, wonderful, fantastic producer who does more for me than you could possibly imagine. She's so helpful in every possible way. Ladies and gentlemen, Salacious is in the house. Graham. We love Graham, by the way, from the Graham and Bob Show. Big supporter of this channel, always helping me out for my Saturday show. Always sends me an original bit for every Saturday. Never misses. The one guy who never, ever misses a new content for my Saturday show. Oh, that's him. Only a few tastings, not enough happy dances, and I didn't get a holofoil card. Jackson 68, what's up? Let's see. Scott Ammo, Salacious. Let's see. Edward Catalier. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that movie. Zerzu Zyquin's in the house. Griffey, Salacious, Unclean. All right, so I think I'm caught up, which means that we get one more tasing for Griffey, and he wants an Australian butt tasing. That's a very specific kind. We're going to go ahead and we're going to set that up first. Let me get my needle out, and let me get the voodoo down. See what he's got to say today.
What the heck? Hey, what's going on? What is this all about, man? What are you doing? You tasing me again? What?
All right, listen. Griffey from Australia.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Well, what about him?
All right, so Griffey, he said that he thinks that you're the non-pimpinest, non-shrimp-eatingest, uncool frauditor he's ever heard of.
Really? Is that what you said, Griffey? Well, guess what, Griffey? Here's what you get for saying that, huh? Look at this. Look at my butt. Oh, crap, Hammer. I don't really bend. Look at my butt. Look at my butt. No! Oh, yes! Oh, no! Oh, dang, Hammer, you tricked me into a butt tasing. All
right, good stuff. $20 from Fraud Wrangler for the continued efforts to keep News Now Voodoo and the rest of the frauditors in their place, which is locked up or meeting Mr. Sparky. Please be New York. Did you mean? Guess tomorrow night when you have for public safety relatives on the show. Oh man, that's something. I've gotten some DMs from your guest for tomorrow, and it's definitely going to be a very fascinating to see what happens. Well, maybe I don't know if the person I got the messages from is the same person you're talking about, but I've been contacted outside of YouTube with some stuff about him that's like, okay, that's gonna be fascinating. All right, let's see. All right, 4 super chats from Griffey. Well, how many did I get so far? I got I got 1 from Wrangler, and I saw 2 from Griffey. Let me scroll back. He deserves another one. I'm scrolling, man. There's a lot. There's a lot. Is that one? Yeah, you know what? I'm noticing because this one is showing up, but this one, this one showed up, but it's not listed. There, I fixed it now. Okay, yeah, I got it now. Yeah, again, that's I think, like I've said before, sometimes I'm looking at StreamYard and something will happen on YouTube that if that's why I keep them both open, but I don't always catch everything, especially because um, it's important to me when I'm doing the show that I try to look at the camera because I'm trying to make a connection with the audience, which is you guys, right? So when in fact, I think I've showed you guys this before. I got my little dude so that I can actually look at a person, well, even though he's not actually a person, so that I'm not just staring at the camera. I'm staring at the little dude. And I talk to him. And so when I'm looking at him, I'm looking at the camera, technically. And um when I'm looking at the camera, I can't see the chat or the YouTube chat, this StreamYard or the YouTube at all. I just see this and me right underneath it, and that's it. So it's a balancing game. That's one of the reasons why Salacious is so awesome, because she keeps track of all the stuff I miss for me. And I guarantee you guys, just in case you ever wondering, she absolutely is brilliant at her job. And you might not hear me say it, and you might not see it, but believe me, if you put something important in the chat and I miss it, I'm getting reamed out in Discord by Salacious for missing it. Believe me. Blackheart died for $2. News Now Voodoo. What's that smell? Oh, that's your spleen. Tase him. All right, we're gonna fry his spleen. It's gonna be great.
Oh, Blackheart Knight, Blackheart Knight, you are the bane of my existence, Blackheart. You're the Joker to my Batman. You're the Penguin to my Batman. You're the Riddler to my Batman. You're the Scarecrow to my Batman. You're the Bane to my Batman. No, you're the Green Goblin to my Spider-Man. Yeah, you're the Electro to my Spider-Man. Oh, dang, you're the Lex to my Luthor. No, wait, you're the Lex Luthor to my Jor-El? Kal-El. Super. What? What were we talking about again? Ow! Blackheart Knight! You demon! I'm gonna stick on the man on you, boy! Ouchie, ouch! What was that? Ah, crap.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Oh, no. Oh, thank you, Griffey. $2. Australian News Now Voodoo deserves a reprieve. Let's get a happy dance. Now you're talking. I love the happy dances. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very, very, very much. I appreciate it. I love it. It's the best. Frauditor Rams in the house. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's good stuff. Robert Custos, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. All right. So, hello once again. Welcome back to the show. Great to see so many wonderful, beautiful, fantastic people here today. As per usual, it's a Thursday, August 3rd, 2023. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, am I getting ready for football season to start. Yes, yes, yes. We're not fooling around this year because finally Aaron Rodgers is not in Green Bay. That's so awesome. You don't understand. That's going to be great. That was such great news. One more for Griffey. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Glad to see you. Good to hear you. Glad to have you here. All right. All right. I just got something. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I just got distracted by my Discord. I thought it was something important, but it was just well, not that anyone is unimportant. I'm not trying to say that at all. What I am trying to say is that I got $5 from Highway Star. All right. Hey, Voodoo, remember I said you could have the week off? I lied. Tase him. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Another tasing now for thee.
Oh, I'm crying over here, man. I can't do it. You couldn't make me cry if you tried. Frauditors don't have a soul, didn't you know that? We can't cry. Oh, we can complain to the police and say, I got something. Whenever somebody asks us not to film them. But other than that, you're going to be filmed whether you like it or not. Because I don't care about humans. Because y'all a bunch of butthole lickers. Oh no.
Oh my goodness gracious me. That's a horrible, horrible thing to say, Voodoo. Not nice. At all. Snafu the Great is here. What's up? I want to see a Frauditor audit a football game. I don't care if it's American or European. Just want to see him get banned with his head, banned in the head with the ball. Maggie K, what's up? Roisin, what's up? Texas Tim, how's it going? Oh, we got another $2 from Griffey. He wants a happy tasing. It's amazing. A happy tasing. That's what I'm talking about. Ugh. My StreamYard is not cooperating with me. I don't know why. I have it set to automatically highlight the super chats, but I see them coming in, but it's not highlighting them. So I go back to settings and it's set to highlight them. Oh yeah, happy tasing. Here we go. That's amazing when we do the happy tasing. I got bag nabbit. Eventually I plan on getting one of those wraparound desks. Because like I got like everything kind of all crammed together in this one little spot. But we'll see in the future someday, maybe. Who knows? Yeah. Okay. All right. Are we ready on the Freddy? Woohoo!
Happy tasing. What? Ow! 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 Oh no! It hurts! Oh! There's no expectation to privacy in public!
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And so you need to have 2 yardsticks taped together, suspended on a wire, and you could use any piece of board and some books. So you want to make sure it's level and hang a 2 pound on one end and 2 pounds on the other. Okay. I guess that'll be my desk, right? All right. Yes, Robert Cousteau said. All right. Thank you. Hey, Ray. What's up, Ray? Good to see ya. Unclean hands. What's up? So anyway, I wanted to start the show with a little bit of an update. This is from KFAR. It's the latest update on the whole what's happening to my brain this morning? You guys are saying you hope today's show's better than yesterday. I'm still trying to figure out what you're talking about. What did I do yesterday? It was so bad. You got me all discombobulated, worrying about my qualities going downhill. I'm gonna cry. Anyway, this is from KFAR talking about the latest update on the whole furry potato incident when she got with the pew pew. Anyway, let's check it out. See what he's got to say about that stuff. Let's see.
Once again, today we're going to take a look at some actual breaking news, which is right here. So the shooter for the Tree of Life synagogue was actually sentenced to unaliving today. I just thought it was interesting. It happened in 2018. I want to say October 27th. The trial started May 30th. And less than a month ago, I want to say on the 13th of July, the jury said, yeah, he's cool for the unaliving penalty, which I'm completely fine with. As you know from listening to my videos, I'm okay with that sentence for a lot of people. Anywho, less than a year later, less than 6 months later, Furry Potato, YouTube star, which in hindsight, I don't think Furry Potato has an actual channel anymore, decided to harass a LA synagogue and got hit with a ricochet because at the time, like I said, less than 6 months after the most deadly anti-Semitic shooter who just got found guilty of 63 counts. That person did something less than 6 months later, and then Furry Potato goes, I'm going to go do this at an LA synagogue, who at this point, most synagogues, most, Jewish schools have security guards, legit security guards. So this security guard thought Furry Potato was going to do something sketchy. Furry Potato ultimately got hit with a ricochet, which I genuinely don't care about. But yeah, that's the news. Actual breaking news. I also just thought it would be interesting to connect it to how stupid auditors are, where after this mass shooting happened, I'm going to go do the same thing in a different part of the country. Doesn't make any sense to me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Have a good rest of your day. Be safe. Peace. Well, I'm back again. I forgot to even look this up until after the fact of I was editing it. The guard ultimately wasn't even charged with the shooting of this person. That's how ridiculous the state and the city thought Furry Potato was at this point. So that's it. Have a good day.
All right. Yes. So, Kova42, what's up? So, in case you guys don't know the story behind that and what Kfar was talking about, Furry Potato was auditing a synagogue. The security guard fired, didn't shoot Furry directly, but fired like a warning shot. It bounced up and the shrapnel hit Furry in the leg. So technically, Furry got shot, whatever. But the point is that just now, a guy got sentenced to the death penalty for shooting a bunch of people in a synagogue. And the whole point of that is, it was like just shortly after that Furry Potato shows up at the synagogue. And that's why the security guard had such an itchy trigger finger, because this guy just went and killed all these people in this synagogue. So it's like frauditors are going out of the look at SGV News with this Shalom Mahala Hola Hola. The whole point of the Shalom Mahala language, the Shanduli language, is to try and scare the people into church into thinking that they're terrorists, foreign terrorists. It's a racist accent, it's a BS accent, and it's trying to scare people. And this is one of the things that none of these guys ever understand. I saw it yesterday on the Spaghetti Taco Show. For those of you who don't know, the Idiopathic Truth and the Forgiving Jerry have teamed up and started their own show. And and there he is. And it's called the Spaghetti Taco Show. So yesterday on the Spaghetti Taco Show, they had a guest who was like pro frauditor, and they actually, unlike when For Public Safety comes up and people try to talk to him and he just screams and there's no conversation, he was actually having a nice conversation with these guys. It was cool. It was all good. But one of the things that he talked about was, and this happens so often, I see this, the same thing happened when I talked to Manuel Mata, right? They always say, like, when you point out the scumbaggiest of the scumbagiest scumbags, they always agree. Well, yeah, I don't think it's cool that they're going around doing that to people. I don't think that's cool at all. I think it's cool just to, film the cops or whatever. And it's like, you say that and it makes sense. But at least for me, you look at the videos I cover, and I'm not making videos about people who are literally just standing there filming the police minding their own business. If they were, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't call those guys out. And that's why I always say, when they say, oh, you put us all under the same blanket. No. I use the word frauditor very intentionally. Well, you're saying they're all bad? Well, all frauditors are bad, yes. If they're not one of the bad ones, then they're not a frauditor. That's the point. The word frauditor defines a very specific set of people. And yes, all frauditors are bad, or they wouldn't be frauditors. Nowhere Fast, what's up? So anyway, let's get this starty parted. I wanted to show, there's a couple that I really wanted to get into, but where's the one specific that I had? Okay, so this is another thing I wanted to show. So let me real quick drop the link. I've mentioned this channel before. I'm going to show this video. Now, before we start, I want to say not a lot happens in this video at all. So, well, okay, Hez, why are you going to show us a boring video? Because I'm going to show you this because I'm trying to illustrate a very important point. I just dropped a link to this channel. The channel is called Natural State Transparency. And like I said, I've covered some of their stuff before. So why am I going to bring this up? Why am I going to show this video? What's the point? The point is, here's a guy who, this is Natural State Transparency. Here's a guy who believes in transparency, who believes in accountability for law enforcement. So what does he do? What's up, Simone? Does he grab his camera and go out there and scream and holler and swear and insult people on the street to see how they react? See, this is the thing. What the frauditors don't understand is that what are you exposing by doing what you do? That human beings don't like it when other human beings treat them like shit? That's why, like, people on our end look at what you guys are doing and we're disgusted by it. It's like, of course people don't like being treated like that. You guys are like, ha, I exposed this person for getting upset when I treat them like dirt. There, see? They've been exposed. And we're like, what are you exposing? That people have feelings, that people have emotions, that you're a piece of garbage? That you know are an asshole? Like, they expect anyone who's not a frauditor, because again, it's not just city workers anymore, it's random people on the street. They expose anyone and everyone who's not a frauditor. When they see someone with a camera, I guess you're supposed to just get down on your knees and bow to them and pray and hope that they don't like give you a hard time, because you're gonna end up either getting pepper sprayed or getting arrested or having complaints filed against you and him trying to get you fired, or he's gonna FOIA all your information and dox you on the internet. They're gonna punish you for not following their directives. So you see somebody walking down the street with a camera, you just drop down to the ground with your face down so they don't film your face, and pray to them to leave you alone. And maybe, if you're lucky, they won't ruin your life. What's up, Katie's Ed? Every anti-auditor has good manners, kind hearts, and massive amounts of empathy and sympathy. Well, I don't know about that either. And now he's like, hey, don't point me out. I don't want to get timed out again. Anyway, Katie's Ed's here. What's up? So yeah, that's what it is. These guys, they walk out, they do their thing. It's a pain in the ass. So natural state transparency, what does he do? He believes in transparency, right? But instead of going out there and being a jerk to expose whether or not they just, because that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? For anyone who you come up to and abuse verbally is supposed to just sit there and take it and smile about it. That's the goal. Like, I don't get that. Like, how do you think that that's the way the world should work? How do you think that that's a better world? That's why I say always the frauditors are more tyrannical than the people they accuse of being tyrants. Because how are you going to force people to sit there and take your verbal abuse without tyranny, without tyrannical control over them? How are you going to get them to sit there and accept verbal abuse and not react in any way to it? Because if they do, they've been exposed. Ha ha! We're not going to let this city worker get away with having feelings. We're not going to let them get away with being a human being. No, we're going to get them fired. We're going to dox them online. Yeah. How dare they be human beings and have feelings and emotions and not like being treated like dirt? You're supposed to love being treated like dirt and say, thank you, sir, may I have another? Anyway, so what natural state transparency does is he says, I'm going to get all the police dash cam and body cam footage I can and post it on the internet. Well, I could just FOIA that footage if I wanted it. So how is that different than what I'm doing? And then we'll say, well, then why don't you just do that? That's what this guy does. All day, every day, Natural State Transparency is posting random body cam and dash cam footage from police vehicles. There's your transparency. And he's not even leaving his house. He's doing it all through the internet. He's not getting anyone's face. He's not baiting anyone. He's not giving anyone a hard time. What's up, Conspiracy Music? Great to see you here. And so, let's take a look at one of his videos. And again, this isn't like the most exciting video in the world, but I'm just showing it to illustrate that he calls himself Natural State Transparency, and this is what real transparency looks like. And again, before I show it, I want to illustrate the point I'm trying to make, because somebody said, oh, but he has to pay for those. Yeah, right? But here's the thing. Here's the point. What the frauditors never seem to understand, and one of the things that we always talk about is when a policeman, say, pulls someone over, right? If you stand back and you film it, and the officer actually does do something wrong, now you got it on film. Now you could send that footage to Internal Affairs and report that guy. Okay? And if they don't do anything wrong, great. You got footage to prove that, hey, this is a good cop. Highlight a good cop. Awesome. But that's not what's happening, is it? The cop pulls someone over, and you're not filming to see if the cop does something wrong. You're trying to get the cop to do something wrong on purpose so that you'll have footage of a cop doing something wrong. Because the cop isn't doing anything wrong. He's just pulling somebody over, giving them a ticket, maybe letting them off with a warning. That's not going to sell. So you have to scream and hoop and holler and swear and insult to try and bait the cop into. It's not just. You're not uncovering anything. You're not creating any transparency. Again, the only thing you're exposing is that you're an asshole and that you're dealing with human beings. And human beings don't like being treated that way. You're exposing that they're not freaking RoboCop? They're not robots? If you would rather that cops acted like heartless, soulless robots are real easy to just pull out the gun and pull the trigger. Like, excuse me, sir, what's your name and badge number? Bam! All right, here's your ticket, lady. Like, what is that's what you want? And again, when it comes to just the public workers, not just cops, that's when it really, really becomes abhorrent. Like, I'm a lady who's sitting behind a desk, typing in paperwork. I've been doing this for 30 years. Not once I've ever had somebody bother me at work. Now, all of a sudden, I've got complaints filed against me. I got people threatening to fire me. I got people FOIAing me and doxing my information on the internet, all because I asked someone not to film me because I don't like having a camera on me for no reason from a stranger that I have no idea who they are or what they're doing. They break the rule of journalism, inserting themselves into the story. Exactly. You want to expose the way the lady behind the counter treats the customers, then get footage of her at work. Not you purposely act in a way that customers would never act and do things that customers would never do to expose how she treats customers. See, in fact, now that I said that, I'm glad I'm going to, because that just hit me as I was speaking. That's so important. That's such a great way to look at it now that I think about it. This is a huge problem with these guys. When it comes to, again, the cops are not necessarily with customers, but that's a different thing. So when they go into the post office or the DMV or the library or city hall or a courthouse or any of these places, what's their whole point, supposedly? To expose the way these public servants mistreat the public. Here's the way they treat their customers. But you walk in there, one, you're not a customer. That's why the whole argument about why are you here to film? Well, that's not a reason. That's where that whole argument comes from. So you're going to get mad at them for treating their customers poorly, but you're not a customer. Number one. Number two, you're purposely going out of your way to act in ways that no customer that's ever walked into the door of that building would ever act. So how is their reaction to that a true representation of how they treat the public? Because you would have to just, like Long Island Audit always says, well, if I had a hidden camera, well, that would be a more true representation of how they treat the public. That's why you always say, oh, you could FOIA the footage from the... So do that. When they're not thinking about the fact that they're being filmed, you get an actual representation of how they actually treat the public. All you're showing is how they treat you, not how they treat the public. You're exposing them for being horrible at their job because one time, one idiot gave them a hard time and they didn't like it. So that means they don't know how to do their job. Like I said, if they've been working there 15, 20, 30 years and everything's been fine, one 5-minute interaction, you destroy their entire career. Why? Well, look at how they treat the public. You're not the public. You're the random idiot with the camera. The public doesn't do that. Their reaction to someone doing something completely insane and bizarre that they've never seen before is not a true representation of how they normally act. Again, you getting a video of them reacting to you doing something that nobody has ever done, that nobody ever does, something that's completely out of the ordinary, they have never dealt with that before, is not a true representation of how they act at work. See, this is the problem. This is what they don't get through their thick skulls. Why do we hate what they do? Why do we make fun of them for what they do? What's up, Flower Power? Don't think I didn't see you there. James Butler, what's up? Bandit 2804. Because, like I said, you going in there with your camera filming, doing your audit, that's not, they don't deal with that all the time. Some of them have never seen that before. Have no idea what the hell's going on. So the way they react to you doing something that they've never dealt with before is not a true representation of the way they act with everyone else who comes in there. Okay, all right, but no, wait, fair. Let's be fair. The way they treat you is a reflection of who they are. Okay, so who am I if you come into my office and start giving me a hard time and I don't like someone giving me a hard time? What does that mean? I'm a horrible person? Because I don't like being treated badly by a horrible person? I don't like being abused? Verbally abused? That makes me a bad guy? Shows what kind of person they are. The kind of person who doesn't like being filmed. That's the biggest sin anyone could possibly commit, is to not like being filmed. And again, the frauditors never seem to understand that to these people, to you, you're a big shot auditor. But to them, you're a random idiot shoving a camera in their face for no reason. Why? What are you going to do with this footage? I'm going to post it on YouTube. How the hell do I know that? Because you don't answer questions. Well, I don't have to. Again and again and again. I don't understand how they can't understand that when you start talking about this nonsense about, well, I don't have to tell you. Wait. I don't have to tell you my name. I don't have to tell you what I'm doing. I don't have to tell you this and that and the other thing. Okay, so like that guy who was on the fishing pier the other day, and I covered his video where he's filming this family loading their boat. They don't like being filmed. He says, I don't care if you don't like being filmed. I'm going to film you anyway because I'm a piece of shit, and that's what I do. Well, that's not what he said, but because that's what I do. I just film people, especially, and this right here, this is where it starts. You ask me not to film you. Now I'm going to go out of my way to make damn sure I film you specifically because you asked me not to. Right there's the beginning. It starts right there. Like, how are we supposed to believe that you're not intentionally trying to cause a problem when your reaction to someone asking you not to film them is to purposely go out of your way to focus specifically on them because they asked you not to? Right there, that's number one. Right off the bat, you're already starting. Well, my intent is just to exercise my rights. Okay, but what about basic human decency? What about basic kindness? What about, oh, I'm just here to, in this case, I'm talking about, oh, I'm just here to film the boats. And you had a boat, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you on camera. I'll turn the camera the other way. Why can't they do that? If they're not purposely going out of their way to bait a negative reaction, why not just do that? Well, I have the First Amendment right to do what I'm doing. Okay, but there's no amendment that says that you have to be a decent human being because people just are. Because they do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. You shouldn't have to write a law telling you, please be nice to people. Please have basic courtesy. What? Never. I've never read any of your comments, you douche canoe. Listen. So anyway, so it starts there, right? Then an hour later, the family comes back and starts giving him a hard time. How come you're filming our kids or little girls in swimsuits, you know, whatever? Like, what's your problem? You know, what are you, a pervert? Da. And so they go back and forth and back and forth. And he's calling them names. And what did Good Guy Audits called the little girl a whore or something like that? And, well, then don't dress like a whore. Well, she's, you know, oh, no, don't act like a whore, he said. Because what? She was swimming in a swimsuit? Oh, no. So they're insulting people. They're berating people. They're being mean and evil, saying all they're doing is filming boats. But you hear what comes out of their mouth, and it's all vile and horrible. Until eventually they come back, and a fight ensues. He ends up pepper spraying the dude. The dude ends up throwing his entire rig in the lake. He calls the cops. The cops come arrest the guy. So now, and this goes back to the whole Amagansett press argument. So now, you have two options. Option one. Hey, why are you filming us? Oh, I'm sorry. I have a YouTube channel that I feature, like I film the boats and stuff. So that's all I was doing. I didn't mean to film you guys specifically. I apologize. You don't want to be on film. I'll turn the camera the other way. But just letting you know, I got this YouTube channel. I do this thing. So if you don't mind, you know, but I'll stop filming you if you don't like it. And that's cool. How long did that take me to say? That's option one. Maybe 35 seconds, maybe a minute. That's all. Option two. 2 hours later, your rig's in the lake. Somebody got pepper sprayed. There's chaos everywhere. Cops are dragging people off to jail. Why is that better? I'm standing up for my rights. Your right to be an asshole. But you're still being an asshole. And I think, Jerry, that's what you were trying to explain on your show yesterday, on the Spaghetti Taco show. But you were trying to be nice, so you didn't put into those words. But that's what it is. That's what it is. Yes, yes, yes. We'll all admit, technically, legally, you have the legal right to be an asshole. But you're still being an asshole. So I guess that's what we're here for, is to call you guys out for being assholes. Highway Star for $5. When me and Little Chihuahua do a video in public, we always get their permission. Exactly. And David Perillo Jr., $2 for a good guy. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. As we all know, Chucky was a good guy, so... All right. Okay. 20 minutes till the Olay. So anyway, yeah, Ray knows what I'm talking about. Some of the pepper spray hit the baby. That's Josh Abrams' whole argument. What is this? That guys at the Frauditors film are also for their rights and lefts. Rights and lefts. Anyway, let's get to the video. Like I say, this isn't the most exciting video ever, but this is from an actual transparency channel that's actually about transparency. And this is what you can do without getting involved in any way. Again, instead of going up there and shoving your camera in the cop's face and insulting the cops, just get your hands on the body cam footage and the dash cam footage and post it on the internet. That's what this channel's all about. That's what he does over and over and over and over. And here's an example of it.
Yachty, I'm a bastard bloke. We got tropical pineapple, chocolate, what up to evil bastards and jackalope? You want a half a coke with a cast of boat? Yeah, I got chronic, I'm a hash to tote. Go ahead, rookie, call your plastic boat. Chase to have a smash, be a grab a smoke, confess, no choke. More like all she wrote. Drop the beat, pause a note. Jasper's here, well, that's awesome, dope. Only here to tell you that it's all a hoax. Unlike Mach 1, lots of guns, so lots of fun. Probably at a strip club, not spending a one. Wanna play a game? Well, this is how it's done. Creativity is our only freedom. We can't change games if we can't have a people. 2013 and catch me on the weekends. Looking for somebody to see my teeth in. Need to eat the flesh. Cannibalistic, greasy, greasy mess. Jimmy, stay fresh. I'm from Little Rock where the river divides. Loyalty seems so hard to come by. Conspirators is coincide. Another guy decides on homicide. Keep behind on both sides. Lift my head inside. Reconsider my design. Shots of liquor provide a way to pride lies. Forbidden between glassy cat eyes. Thighs, I despise you guys. I got a repetitive set of fists that'll settle this. Setting my hands on the sedatives. Man, it's like a sedative. Ready, bitch, negative. You know that I'm better kid. Taste my paracakes.
All right, Christopher, while we're waiting for something for this to get kicked in. So listen, Chris, here's what's going on. For public safety, it started when he went on Aztec Ninja's channel at like 1 a.m, and instead of going on there to have a nice conversation, he goes on there and just starts screaming and hollering and yelling like a lunatic. And then a few days later, he goes on Frauditor Troll's channel and does exactly the same thing. But all that started when the second anyone ever made a video about him, he automatically started putting copyright strikes. So everyone's saying, you want to copyright strike everybody? Well, then everybody's going to cover you now. It's that's like a thing. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hate
not with it.
Handbook. That's what I see coming out. A little more to it than that, but I'll explain more later.
CFS comments added.
Or at least that's how it started.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Have your license with you?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Bennett State Police. Who's gonna stop and you having trouble staying in your lane?
I just the steering on here is a little bit messed up.
What's wrong with it?
I think one of the ball joints or tie rod ends are going out.
Because you hit the center line a couple times and you keep hitting this white fog line on the rod.
It pulls to, it got a little pull to it.
Yeah, you got your insurance?
Yeah.
This your car?
That's my preacher's car.
We live in Oklahoma?
No, he used to live in Oklahoma, but that's where he got his insurance from out there.
Got anything to drink tonight?
No, sir. I don't drink.
You don't drink? Nothing in here illegal?
No, I just came from Kroger's getting her some sodas. I got it in the back seat.
All the insurance expired earlier this month. You still with the same one?
Yeah.
Hang tight.
All right, like I said, this isn't the most exciting video in the world. But again, it goes to prove our point, or at least my point, that these idiots are causing all this drama. Because what happens on an actual traffic stop? This. When you don't have a frauder there to cause trouble, and then somebody was asking about the song. Let me see if they put the name of it in the description here. Intro music could be found here. Let me get the link for you.
97 located has been removed from the road.
48.
All right, Katie, I'm going to post the link to the song that was in this video. Right.
Hey, y'all got anything on Tony Green?
I haven't heard his name in a while.
Dude, I just seen him turning off a 6 on the Highland. And the sheriff's office answered me way too quick. I don't think they really checked with y'all.
No, that's Tony Green.
Nothing?
Nope.
Yep, I ain't seen that fool in forever.
That's not for him. Like 8 years ago, we were racing for something burglar.
Yeah, you got about 12 burglary charges on this deal. We'll see if you let me take a quick look. Tony, step back here. Step over here with this gentleman. You said nothing in there? Illegal. You mind if I take a quick look?
Go ahead.
He's gonna pat you down real quick. Make sure you don't have anything that's gonna hurt us. All right.
Go ahead.
Now, could you imagine what this interaction would look like if Direct D was there right now? Or Chili DeCastro? Or Broken System, Broken Trust? Or Wolverine or any one of those guys? It'd be a freaking shit show. It'd be a nightmare. And even if you could make the argument that these guys are doing all these horrible things to this poor guy, this is why I say, like, if this footage shows the cops doing something wrong, it's posted online. You could use it against them. You could point it out to Internal Affairs. Like, that's why I like this Natural State Transparency channel. He just shows the footage. He doesn't insert himself into it. And if the cops are doing something wrong, you're going to see it. And if they're not, you're going to see that too. It's transparency, for real transparency. He's not making, Natural State Transparency isn't making himself part of the story. He isn't involved on any level. He's just publishing it. You know, like something like maybe like a, I mean, you want to talk about true journalism? Like literal neutrality? Post the raw footage, no editing, no commentary. And because it's body cam footage, you can legally do that without having to worry about copyright. Talk about neutral. Talk about completely straight neutral journalism. I get all the body cam footage and all the dash cam footage I possibly can, and I just post it on my YouTube channel. That's just what I do. There's your actual, real, legitimate, neutral transparency. Imagine if a frauditor audited a woman in labor who couldn't make it to the hospital. Oh, I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming someday. Stop filming me. I have the right to film whatever I want. Let's film that baby popping out of your coochie. I could see a frauditor saying that. Okay, Robert Custos mentioned this. I've told this story a few times. I've seen the video. I've covered it on this show. But for any of you who missed it, oh, it's time for the, no, it's not time for the cupcake dance yet. Not yet, Dad Friday. We still got 5 minutes. But for anyone who doesn't know what Robert's talking about here, this is one of my favorite. I mean, I don't like watching it because there's a dead body involved. But it's one of my favorite videos in the sense that every single thing the cop does during that stop would drive a frauditor absolutely out of their minds, up the wall. Oh my God, look at that tyrant violating that poor innocent guy's rights. But because the cops did what cops do, what they're supposed to do, turns out the guy was acting the way he was because there was a dead body in the trunk. The dead body was the owner of the car. So again, that video is a perfect example, an absolute, real example of why frauditors are wrong. Because if the cops didn't do what they do all the things specifically that frauditors say they shouldn't do, the murderer would have went free. They would have never found the dead body in the trunk. And then what would happen if the guy did get busted somewhere down the road and somebody found out that the cops stopped the dude while he still had the body in his trunk and didn't do anything about it? You think some idiot posted a video on YouTube complaining about the cops pulling the guy over is going to get as much negative press as the cops letting somebody with a dead body in their trunk go? But that's the world the frauditors want. They want the world where the people that have, and I saw another video a couple months ago where it was almost exactly the same type of situation, but what the cops ended up finding that, again, they would have never found if we lived in frauditor world, were children tied up in the back seat. But like, you know, the space between the back seat and the front seat, that gap, the kids were stuffed into that gap, gagged and tied. If the cops would have followed the laws according to the way frauditors say they should, they would have never found that kidnapped child. So again, the frauditors don't understand. If the world worked the way they wanted it to, what the frauditors call real criminals, it'd be free reign. They could just murder and kidnap and do whatever the hell they want. Because cops aren't allowed to stop them anymore, so just do whatever you want. Screw it. There has to be a victim. How do the cops know? You physically have to, like, murder the guy in front of the cop? And the cop's not allowed to stop you? But once you're done, then they can arrest you? No, they can't. Because the dead body can't testify against you. The more you unravel their arguments, the less sense they make. Let's get back to it.
What you stopping for? Huh? So what you stopping for?
Can't hear you.
What you stopping for?
Man, I was worried about his safety. He was swerving.
Huh?
Make sure he had nothing to drink.
Get your bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they the sweet ones or are they the sour ones?
Man, I don't know.
Dude.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, it's time for our daily 8:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Cupcake Happy Dance! All right! Okay! Olay! All right! That guy needs a trifold. Yeah. The video doesn't give much context. We don't know what the cop is searching for. Here's the thing. David himself even said it. The cops asked the guy permission, and he said, yeah. But here's the thing. The guy was swerving back and forth, so it makes sense why they pulled him over. If it's legit that there was nothing wrong, hey, Maserati for $10, Olay for cupcake. All right, another happy dance. Here we go. All right, yes. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, apparently, what is it? Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern on Takedown Exposing Frauditors, him and Ray are going to do a special presentation. You guys were talking about for public safety earlier. Apparently, it's going to have something to do with that. Also, there was another thing that came up. I noticed in the chat a minute ago. What was it? Let me see. David said something about Discord. I didn't know what the heck Discord was until recently. Here's the thing. To me, Discord is more of a, like, there's certain things that you don't want to announce to the entire world through the internet out loud that you might want to say to me in private that you don't want the whole world to know about. Not because we're talking behind people's backs, but I mean, human beings have private conversations, and Discord is a way to do that. Sometimes there are things that I need to know, and, in fact, 90% of what I use Discord for is basically just to talk to Salacious, because she watches all the stuff going on in the chat and points out to me everything that I miss. But yeah, so this guy, again, and talking about the guy whose channel this is, he's literally actually showing transparency. Like, this is an accurate representation of how they act with the people they interact with. Again, going back to what I was saying earlier, when you insert yourself into a situation, when you bait people into into reacting to you, and that's not something that normally is done, then you're not really filming an accurate representation of the way they treat their customers or the people they come into contact with on a normal basis. Because random people with cameras don't just come walking in on a regular basis. That's not normal. This, nobody's inserting themselves into it. You want to see how these cops treat someone when they pull them over? This is it. This is literally that. Absolute, actual, legitimate, non-biased transparency. That's why I love this channel. You guys say you want transparency? Here it is. We don't need you running out there, jumping on their hoods, screaming into a megaphone, "Arrest me, you stupid pig," to have transparency. Here's your transparency right here. Literally.
No, the bag turned out because they recycled the bag.
What they do with your? You just got arrested. What? When's the last time you got arrested? March. How much meth? Yeah.
Look, I was mentioning the officer searching, right?
Yeah.
And even strip searching, right? Okay. He had all my stuff on with his car. Okay. He said, look, if you don't, put everything back in your pocket. And also, he said, put your hands back and you don't go to the plane. After you just searched all my pockets, I didn't have nothing on. And I'm going to bicycle. And I'm stopping. I bicycle down one straight for me.
Where at? In Gaza?
Right here on the face.
Who was it?
I don't know, but I was police. I don't remember his name.
All right, Tony. I'm gonna give you a warning. You need to get that steering wheel fixed. Here's your license. All right. That'll get you stopped all the time, especially if we think you're drinking or whatever. All right. All right. Have a good night.
Wait a minute. What the hell just happened? What happened? Wait a minute. If the only reason police exist is to pull people over to steal their money, why are they letting this guy go with a warning? Why aren't they stealing his money? I don't understand. If the only reason police exist is to violate people's rights and to beat people up and to steal their money and to violate them, why are they being nice to this guy and letting him go with just a warning? I'm confused now. Well, how? I gotta be wrong. They're not letting this guy go. That doesn't happen, right? Because they're tyrants and they're evil and they're there to steal your money and to railroad you, right? Like while they were searching his car, they would have been planting stuff in his car so they'd have an excuse to arrest him, right? How come? I thought that's what they did. How come they didn't plant drugs? I don't understand. I'm confused. Let me rewind it and make sure I saw that right. Let's go back a little bit. I hope you're talking about his transmission.
All right, Tony. I'm gonna give you a warning. You need to get that steering wheel fixed. Here's your license. All right. That'll get you stopped all the time, especially if we think you're drinking or whatever. All right. All right. Have a good night. All right. Ugh.
Holy crap! I was right. What? This is a bombshell, guys. I'm so glad that I showed that video. I had no idea. This is breaking news. This is legitimate, seriously breaking news. The entire world is flipped upside down. Somebody has to contact all of the First Amendment auditors and all of the cop watchers and show them this video. Ladies and gentlemen, not only did these cops not steal money from the guy, not only did they not plant drugs on him, but they let him go with a warning. Holy crap! Oh my God! Who's ever heard of such a thing? Ah! Ah! Did anybody catch the irony or the sarcasm? Where's the tyranny? Thank you, Billy Hank. I saw that out of the corner of my eye. And I thought you said, where's the tranny? And I was going to say, I hope you're talking about his transmission on his car. Like, because he keeps, where's the tyranny? Yeah, that was almost you know, I would have had the SJWs on me like crazy. Oh man, that would have been bad. Here's your happy dance. If I could find the button. I lost it. Here it is. Wait, what? Stop. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Weed Skador, what's up? Yes. That's exactly my point. And this is, again, why I wanted to show the video, to illustrate how much of big old butterbrain douche-canoes these guys are. And in fact, I'm working on a video right now. It's almost done. It should be up later today. I had a bunch of stuff that happened yesterday when I was in the middle of editing, so I wasn't able to finish it. But there was a live stream yesterday. Good Guy Audits was there, and what's the other cat's name? I don't know. It's the dude that was on the pier with Good Guy Audits the other day. So I was watching his live stream yesterday, and during the live stream, at one point, they're training the detectives how to find fingerprints and how to like they're dusting, and then when they get the print, they take like a piece of tape, clear tape, and put it on there and slowly pull it off so they could take the print back to the lab to test it and put it in the computer and see if they can find out if there's a match. So Good Guy Audits is doing his narration. Look, guys, I've exposed them right in public, right here on the street. They're showing them how to plant fingerprints to frame people. This is the brain power of idiots. Everything is a horrible, evil, transparent conspiracy. All the way down the line. They're insane. They're crazy. Oh, and his buddy's a sovereign citizen. Wait till you see the video. It's good stuff. Let's get to, speaking of sovereign citizens, how about facts or frauds with sovereign citizen right to travel fail twice with one Galt? All right. We all love Juan Galt. He's awesome. Let's check this video out. All right.
And welcome back to Facts or Frauds. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, you're subscribed, and ring that bell for notifications so the next time I premiere a video, you can be in the live chat with everyone else and leave a comment in the comment section, tell them what you think. And now it's time for Juan Galt and I to go to California to watch a sovereign citizen get pulled over not once, but twice.
Bring the car out. Hands down. Hands down in the car. Now. Get your hands out.
What's your name and your badge number? Calm down. You don't have to get loud. You don't have to escalate anything, okay? Please.
Get your hands out of the car. Now.
You know I don't have to consent. You know it's illegal for you to turn on the lights unless it's an emergency?
Get your hands out of the car now.
Bro,
Get
please.
your hands out of the car now or you're getting arrested for 148.
What is 148?
148? Obstructing a police officer.
Obstructing you on what capacity?
Get out of the car.
Are you seriously?
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I'm ordering you as a peace officer in the state of California to get out of the car.
Policy enforcer, okay?
Get out of the car.
There's a difference between common law.
Get out of the car.
Let me get your superior because obviously you guys are all hyped up, ready to do for nothing. Please. Yes.
Get out of the car.
I'm not going to comply. You know that by me complying, I'm giving you authority over myself.
Look.
For no reason, for a policy?
Get out of the car.
There's a big difference. No, look, you guys are just ready to blow up over nothing. What is the big issue?
Get out of the car.
You know that's why I drove in here, right?
No.
Because obviously I already know how Glendale police are. I mean, you guys are just. I'm a resident from. Oh, I'm not gonna even say resident because then I fall under your
Get out of the
jurisdiction.
car right now.
Let me wait till your
I
policy.
gave you an order to get out of the car multiple times.
Get your superior to get over here, and then I'll comply. Because at this
I've
point,
already
you're
told
already
you-
hyped up. You're yelling
You know
over
why I'm hyped
nothing.
because we lit you up at Orange Grove and First.
Exactly.
And you,
And you want me to pull out
You knew what to do,
by
right?
the side
You
of
knew
the
what to do
street on a
because you
dark
know your
area?
rights, right? You have a driver's license, sir? Yes or no? You need to.
I don't answer questions.
Yes, you do.
I don't
On
answer
a lawful
questions.
traffic stop, I can request your ID. Do you have an ID?
Have I broken the law?
Yes, you have. I can tell you 3 things I'm pulling you over for right now, and 1 I'm going to arrest you for.
Law or policy? Because there's difference.
Law.
There's
Law.
a difference, okay? Statutory law or common law, because there's a big
expired
difference.
registration. You have dark window tint applied to your front 2 windows.
Have you run the plates?
And
Have you run the
you don't
plates?
have a front license plate.
Have you run the plates?
Okay.
Have you run the plates?
So guess what? You're going to get out of the car.
Have you run the plates?
You're going to get out of the car. You're the easiest
Do me
way.
a favor, run the plates.
You're going to get out of the car.
You know I do not have a do not detain order, right? You know why that is?
Guess what?
You know why that is, though,
I've already
right?
told you.
Have you run the plates? Please run the plates.
I'm giving you an order
Call your
as a police
superior.
officer in the state of California to get out of the car.
Policy enforcer. There's a difference,
Are you going to
okay?
get out of the car?
I have a do not detain order. What the hell does that mean? Hey, I can rob banks and stab people in the face and rape women and men and children. Why not? I have a do not detain order. You're not allowed to arrest me. See, that's one of the things I noticed about all these sovereign citizens, the Moors especially, but the sovereigns too. They have this idea that, like, if they write, if you arrest me, you're a bad person, so don't arrest me because I said you can't arrest me no more, and then get it stamped by a notary, and then go to City Hall and hand it to somebody, that makes it the law. These guys that are supposed to be law experts think that that's a thing. It's not.
Car, yes or no?
There's the United
Are you gonna
States,
get out
the
of the car, yes or
Union,
no?
the Republican, and then there's the corporation.
Guess what? You're going to get out of the car.
I know. Wait till your superior,
No,
sir. And
you're
that's
gonna
if
get out
I
of the car.
decide. If he actually states a common law, right, why I'm being pulled or even arrested or subjugated to your
Do you have a driver's license?
unlawful stop.
Do you have a driver's license?
I don't have to identify
Yes,
myself
you
in a
do. On a traffic stop, you have to identify yourself.
traffic stop unless a crime has been committed.
Sir, I'm
Look,
giving you an order.
Get your
again to get out of the
superior,
car.
brother, please,
All right,
because
then.
you're obviously just
I've given you multiple options. I
brother,
can come back. I've probably told you about 20 to 30 times to step out
Please
of the
run the
vehicle.
plates. I have a do not detain order for a reason. Okay, you want me to give you my trustee? He's a judge.
I don't
Okay,
care who your judge, who your friend is.
it's not
I'm
about
doing
friends.
a
It's
lawful
not about
traffic
friends.
stop.
Oh my God.
I've already given multiple
Morning.
orders and multiple options to get out of the car, and he would not get out of the car, sir. I've already informed him about 148 as well.
Okay, do you have a driver's license from him yet?
No, he has not provided any information. We let him up on Orange Road first. He continued to drive, fell into yield, and then finally put him in.
It was just down the corner, and that's because it's in a dark area. I don't want to pull over by the side of the road where people can't see us. Might run us over.
Can you do me a favor and hand them your ID?
Do you know that by me handing him my ID, I'm willing to contract? I don't want a contract. We're all working in a contract capacity,
What
right?
does that mean?
You're working in your corporate fiction capacity as a peace officer for the statutory United States of America Corporation. I'm from the Republic. I'm the people. I don't to your statutory rules and then have to be file liable. If I can any of these little things, yes, okay. Let's agree. Let's contract. I don't wish to contract.
Okay.
Look, there's something called the breaking the presumption, okay? I'm a living man. A corporate fiction can't harm a living man, okay? Son of God, I'm putting myself under the jurisdiction of God, okay? And I'm saying I deny myself for contract or my property. It's already in my UCC1 filings. My trustee is a judge. Run the plates. I have a do not detain list.
Okay. This is another thing that I hate when these douche canoes bring God into it. Because, okay, so if you're going to go that route and say you only live under God, so that means that you follow all 10 commandments at all times and only follow God's laws. right? So you don't do anything. You don't sin. You're the second coming of Jesus. Like, who the hell are you that you get to do whatever you want because you say you follow God's law and not man's law? So that means what? You could drive around dangerously? You could put other people in danger? Whatever. Okay, you got pulled over for having an expired registration, da-da-da-da-da. But then, like, you pay the registration fee. But no, they'd rather go through all this because of some meaningless piece of paper that he probably paid some charlatan for to convince him of this sovereign citizen nonsense. These people, when are they going to realize that they're getting ripped off? When are they going to realize that they're getting scammed? That the people who are convincing them of this BS are selling them snake oil and they're falling for it. And yet they keep getting busted. You'd think they'd learn.
Okay, so Cheese just.
Do you have any driver's license at all?
I do.
Okay. Is it valid?
It's valid.
Is this car registered to you?
It's registered to my mother.
Okay. Where do you live?
By answering, I'm not consenting to any searches or any. I'm just on a honest. Just don't worry about it. Type like I'm a neighbor. I live right here.
Okay. Do you understand?
I understand, but I'm just trying to educate that the fact that he has no rights to turn on the lights unless it's an emergency. I know you guys run the policy differently.
True.
Because there's the difference between statutory, but we're all under high seas.
You're not making any sense at all.
I understand what you're saying. Okay. However, there is a law of delaying an officer's investigation. I don't want to take someone to jail on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you don't cooperate, that's what's going to happen.
Sir, I've cooperated.
Okay, I want to point something out. This is great. I don't know what this guy's talking about. I don't know this guy's personal situation at all. So I'm not saying this. I'm just saying this is what I just now found. While this video is playing, I was curious because usually when these sovereign citizens spout their nonsense, I know their script. Like, so I know what they're saying, but this do not detain order he keeps talking about, I haven't heard that one before. So I looked it up and I found something. If he's telling the truth, there actually is such a thing as a do not detain order. Now, there's two different versions that I've aware of. Again, I never even heard of it until 5 minutes ago, but this is just in the last few minutes what I've been able to ascertain. There's a do not detain list that is made and officially kept on a sovereign citizen website where sovereign citizens go up there and put their name on there. And so, I'm on the do not detain list. See, I went to the website and I put my name on the list. So he might be talking about something like that, which is obviously nonsense, BS, and doesn't mean anything. But if he actually is on a real do not detain list, like, I don't think he is, because one of the key things that he said was, what was the word he used? I have to remember the exact word he used, but he said that the judge, or he didn't say beneficiary, but for lack of until I remember the exact word he said, let's say beneficiary was a judge. And whenever these idiots talk about that, how many times have you seen someone in court saying, well, if you accept my case, then I'm appointing you as my intermediary or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So now you've taken responsibility for that. So now it's your job and you're responsible, blah, blah, blah. So it sounds like that's what he did. Not that a judge actually agrees with him, but that he just wrote the judge's name on something, so therefore he has appointed the judge. So now it's the judge's responsibility because he decided it is. And again, I don't know that, but based on what I see sovereign citizens say and do all the time, That's probably what he's talking about. But let's say all that is just my assumptions, and he actually is on a real, legitimate do not detain list. Turns out that that is a real thing. But here's what's beautiful about it. A real, actual do not detain list is for people who are under investigation for crimes that are so heinous. Trustee, yes, Kova, yes, that's the word I was looking for. He said the judge was his trustee, and they do that all the time in court. Well, Judge, if you accept this case, then you are officially my trustee, and it's up to you to take care of everything. So when the judge says, okay, well, I put in a guilty plea for you, you've just become my trustee because you said that you've accepted it. So when he says the judge is my trustee, he says it like the judge signed off on him being on the do not detain list. But knowing how sovereign citizens think, he probably just said, okay, Your Honor, you're my trustee because he said so. But again, if he is on a real do not detain list, because that is the thing, it turns out a real do not detain list exists for people who are currently under investigation for serious, hardcore, heinous crimes. The reason they're on the do not detain list is I don't care if he's speeding. I don't care if he's got a driver's license because he's on trial right now or he's under investigation right now for some real serious, hardcore shit. So if he is on a real do not detain list, that's nothing to brag about. That means that your ass is in real trouble. So much so that they're like, you know what, we're not even going to bother with the little stuff with this guy because we got him on some serious. Anyway, I don't think he actually is in that situation, though. Again, because he's spouting all this sovereign citizen nonsense, and especially because he said, the judge is my trustee on the do not detain list. That's what sovereign citizens do. They say, you're my trustee now. Why? Because I said you are. That's not how the law works, idiot. By the way, what's up, GMK? I didn't say hello to you earlier. 1A attorney, Esquire at law. Oh, there's a good-looking puppers. What? Oh, yeah. I believe he's following a channel based on the do not detain list of people who are not actually on the do not detain list. Like I said, there are websites that they're sovereign citizen websites where you could go to the website and just put your name on there. And then that's their do not detain list. And it's the do not detain list. That's what I think this guy's talking about. I think he went to a sovereign citizen website, put his name on their list, and they call that a do not detain list.
No, you're not.
Many years. No. This is a step like in our social economic understanding of our roles in life. Okay, these are unalienable rights that we have to stand on and stand up for. Otherwise, what is society? I'm not breaking the law. I can drop off my wife at work. I live just down the corner. I do this every day. I didn't break the law. Okay,
That's fine.
so why escalate it? If you escalate it, that's your decision because you want to contract by your boss, and that's not how the republic is built on. We have these rights that we're okay. You're impeding me in my journey in life to pursue in pursuit of happiness, and I'm not doing nothing to infringe on anybody else. Whether I have a license, whether I don't have a license, whether I have insurance, whether I have my seatbelt on, they don't have a victim. When there's a victim,
The victim is the state of California.
the state of California is a corporation. A corporation cannot harm a living man. I already broke that presumption in court. I already have a trustee. I already
Where's that paperwork at?
that's in a safe in my house.
You don't
Okay,
keep that on
but
you?
that's why I told you I have some paperwork. Do you want me to pull out some? But once I state my name, I'm giving you open windows to contract with my corporate fictions. I can wear many hats, just as the judge wears many hats in the court, just as you're wearing your sergeant's hats right now. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to contract. I just want to go home so I can go to work because I have a lot of stuff to do because Christmas and everybody wants to go home. I mean,
Okay. You understand that delaying an investigation, you will be going to jail tonight?
The Lane investigation.
Okay.
What was the prior investigation? Was there a crime committed before that I don't know about? I know this is
the officers with your identification, your driver's license at the time of being stopped is resisting in the lane.
resisting in the lane.
Yep.
How about I give you my judge's number? Let him explain it to you.
You have a judge's phone number? Isn't that a corporation, what you're calling?
It is. But when you step into the public and you assign him as your fiduciary trustee,
I'm going to ask you a question. You're willing to go to jail on Christmas Eve?
it's not that I'm willing. I'm not doing it without my consent. It's going to be done without my consent. It's going to be it's going to be done in force because I'm not consenting to go and judge, and that's why I'm not giving you any documentation because I know that once I give you the documentation, then all that is actually consenting to your seizure, and admitting that I'm of the democracy instead of the republic.
Okay. With force, most of the times that ends up being an altercation, and I do not want to get in an altercation with you.
No, neither do I.
I do not want to do it.
So that's your call, though. That's not mine. I'm going about my business. I'm going about my business.
Like in your court, okay. Either provide us your information, registration, insurance.
Exactly. So it's by force. It's by force because you're saying you're either going to do that or there's going to be an altercation. That's already a threat. Like.
See, here's what I don't understand. Well, there's a lot of things I don't understand about stupidity. How are they escalating it when you're the one escalating it? Every time, all of these guys, they escalate the situation and then accuse everyone else of doing the escalation. How come these cops don't de-escalate? Just show me your ID and we're good. Why are you escalating this? You are by not showing me your ID. When you're in corporate fiction, well, you're a freaking idiot. Oh, I wish cops could talk like that. Wouldn't it be great if cops actually could talk like that? Hey, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. Oh, so you're an idiot. Oh, I got it. And then at that point, the second they say that, don't even have a conversation with them. Just bust their window and drag them out of the car and tase them and then lock them up because you know that they're an idiot and that they have no argument and that they just love breaking the law because they think that laws don't apply to them.
You understand the reasoning, though. It's like...
No, because your reasoning is wrong.
No, I don't have to have it in court. I'm trying to open your mind to the reality that we're in. Like, this is...
You don't live in reality. You live in fantasy land, you moron.
Like, come on, you don't just put your neck over anybody because you want a contract. In the end, that's all it is.
Later.
I really don't want to have an issue with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not afraid to, but I don't want to. Okay. Will you at least provide us with your name so we could be on the line?
Robert Mendoza. But I'm doing that as a courtesy, not as open window to contract.
Okay. Robert Mendoza, how old are you?
38.
What?
38.
38. And this car is not registered to you, it's registered to your
It's
mom.
my mother.
Okay. And do you live there with your mom?
Yes, she lives with me.
Robert Mendoza, 38. Okay. And title.
Much later.
Because you're making this difficult,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take us a little bit.
That's fine. No, see, what happened is...
There is no C.
No.
I've run out of patience with you. Well, what's going to happen is we're going to try and identify you and write a crime report. And
you have the VIN number. You have the plates. There is... The property is not stolen. There is no real crime.
Your registration so I can look at the VIN number?
Sure, because the United States became insolvent and went bankrupt, you have to follow the rules of incorporation.
Okay?
Sir.
You can get out. You can provide us with your DL if you have one.
So you can what?
Tell us if you're on probation or parole. Okay? But you're not going to do that, so it's going to take us a little bit longer. Because we're going to do our computer workup and see if we could figure it out that way.
What about writing the plates? You have the address on the plates, right? You have the people that live in that.
He said, see, again, their own videos highlight their stupidity. He just said, this is my mother's car. It's registered under her name. So they're saying, okay, we want to identify you. He's like, well, why don't you look at the VIN number and the plate number that you just said are registered to someone that's not you? They're trying to identify you. You just said the car's not registered to you. Okay, well, who are you? Well, why can't you just run the VIN and the plate number and find out? That'll point them to your mother. They already know the car's registered to your mother. You told them that. Idiots.
There's a difference between statutory policy and common law. Common law are unalienable rights referred to in the Constitution. Because the United States went bankrupt, they have to, and decided to incorporate, they have to follow the rules of incorporation, which is a presentment and an acceptance. Business can't be conducted in force. It's that simple.
Yeah, it's that simple, really. And Juan, what do you think about this first traffic stop?
We sat through all his word salad of all the soft sit, quote unquote, legal theories that they believe in. And I'm going to run down a list of them here real quick because we've covered all this stuff. Of course, he starts out with it's illegal to use your emergency lights. Wrong. He didn't want to say he's a resident, but that has nothing to do with the traffic laws. You can be from a different country and you're still going to be subject to the traffic laws. You can be from Mars. You'd still be subject to the traffic laws. He's saying that he didn't have to produce his ID. Well, there was probable cause to stop him. And California law is when you're stopped on the highways, you have to produce your driver's license. He talks about statutory law versus common law. We'll cover that. He claims to have be on a do not detain list. That's a bunch of BS. He talks about a judge being his trustee, his fiduciary. That's BS. That's some of the things that we've covered in the past. Showing your ID is not an offer or demand to contract with you. That's so stupid. I don't know where they get it. Giving your consent is not necessary, and consent does not indicate any type of contract. The statutory corporation fiction can't harm a living being. Well, corporations harm living beings all the time by bad products, pollution, stuff like that. He talks about the UCC1 filing for his car. We've covered that. UCC, it's not federal law, and not every state has adopted it in full. They've cherry-picked it. And all it does is govern financial business transactions. Getting a ticket is not a business transaction. So in there, he again talks about the judge being his trustee, and the cop says, well, give me his phone number. And well, no, judge is not his trustee. He says that he does have a driver's license. Well, lo and behold, so he does have a driver's license and everything. He does have insurance, and they do identify him. But he also talks about that statutes are not common law, so he doesn't have to follow them because of reasons. But statutes are basically the common law or the codification of the common law. And we have statutory law for the most part of the United States based on the common law.
Mr. Mendoza.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being honest at the end and giving us your name, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So, just so you know,
Mm-hmm.
I told you the violations, correct? Just so you know, you were recording just like I was recording. Everything's documented, all right?
Mhm.
Your car can get pulled over again by any peace officer in the state of California. The same results or different results could happen. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I'm going to give you a very stern warning. All right.
Mhm.
You're more than welcome to come to the city of Burbank. Do not commit any crimes. Do not drive a car that doesn't comply with California vehicle codes. Do you understand? I see you again. You can get pulled over by myself, any other law enforcement agency here in the state.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I have the plates on for a courtesy.
I'm not going to take any responses from you now.
Okay.
We're just going to go about our day. Do you understand?
Yes,
I
sir.
hope you enjoy your Christmas and your holidays, whatever you celebrate. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, bud.
Thank you.
Take care.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is one of the problems. Now, in this specific case, it's Christmas Eve. The guy's not drunk or anything. He's wasting the cops' time. So I could see there's being several different reasons why they let him go. And here's the thing. One of the things that just the last video I showed, I love to celebrate and point out when cops let people go because it proves the exact opposite of the claims that frauditors make. However, when you're an idiot who's spouting a bunch of legal gobbledygook, Oragove nonsense, Jabberwocky crap, and the cops are like, oh boy, whatever, we don't have time for this, and they let you go, that just reaffirms in your head that you're right. See? They let me go because they don't think they let me go because it's Christmas Eve and because they're sick and tired of hassling me over some stupid nonsense. They want to get home to their families. They don't think that. They think I was right when I spouted my nonsense, and the fact that they let me go proves I was right. So every time that just like all of these idiots with the dismissals, it's like they never consider the fact that we have overcrowded prisons and they're not going out of their way to try and lock up nonviolent offenders. And if you just keep wasting the court's time and wasting the court's time and wasting the court's time, eventually they're going to get sick and tired of it. And they're going to just dismiss the case because they don't have time for your nonsense. They got important things to do. So you call that a victory. But it's not a victory based on the merits. It's a victory on you taking advantage, or it's not taking advantage of something, but it's using, it's why I get so mad with the 1A auditors. Because they're using the Constitution. They're taking it for granted. They're taking advantage of it. They're using it improperly. That's the problem. These cops are being nice to the guy, and instead of them being nice, it's, ha ha, I sure taught them. Oh.
Do you recognize that you're on probation for assault?
A person wears many hats.
Yes or no is the question, is the answer that I'm looking for. Do you recognize that you're on probation for assault?
So you're trying to pinpoint me into a box,
I'm trying to get you to understand if you're on probation for on probation. Yes or no?
If I don't know, I don't understand.
You don't know?
I don't understand.
You've never been arrested for assault before?
I don't understand.
You don't understand? Do you understand getting your car registered?
I did. Common law. I did a UCC1 filing.
Okay.
It's now in the public. I leave the plates on there as just courtesy, so they can identify the vehicle. But there's already a private lien on it, and it's private property. So when you register it, pretty much what you're saying is you're giving it up to the state, so they have authority over it. I pulled it out of that authority. It's now private.
Okay. We're going to write a crime report, list you as a suspect for delaying. Okay, and also we're going to copy and paste it to a probation violation and ask that the judge, the district attorney, violate your probation. So the next time this happens, there's a warrant in the system for your arrest. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's what we're going to do. I'm telling you what we're going to do.
That's fine.
Then at that point, you won't have a choice.
1 week later.
I need everybody to identify themselves. I need names and batch numbers. You guys took something personal that you didn't have to. Who's your superior? So you can what?
Arrest you because you violated your probation for assault. So there goes any kind of respect or empathy that you had. Oh, it turns out that you got busted for beating people up. Nice.
Okay, so there's a schedule, right? A fee schedule. Now this is notice. I'm giving you notice. If you use my name that's copyrighted, there's a $500,000 fine for every time you use my name without permission.
You're on probation. Recognize you immediately. You're gonna step out of the car today, are you?
I'm not going to comply willingly. If you were going to take me, it's going to be against my will.
Now, won't you take me?
I'm not a 14th Amendment. Okay. Where's he at? Morning, sir. Same situation.
Here's another thing that goes back to the stupidity of these guys. And how if you think any of their arguments through logically, you come to the determination that they're illogical logic and they don't make any sense. So, okay. This guy, all of these idiots, right? But like what he just said, they love to say, I'm not a 14th Amendment citizen. Okay, wait a minute. I thought the only laws that apply to you are the Constitution. Only the Constitution, except the 14th Amendment. I don't accept that. I'm not a 14th Amendment citizen. But I thought the Constitution was the only law that applied to you. Now, you're going to cherry pick the Constitution and only follow the parts you want to follow that support your argument? See how it all starts to fall apart? So much as so many of the arguments that all of these guys make always fall apart. If you actually dig deep enough, you'll find the foundation it's built on is nonsense. My arguments are built on a foundation of bedrock. Theirs is built on a foundation of shaving cream. Shaving cream. Shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always feel clean.
I'm going to tell you need to step out right now, okay?
Sir, you know there's a difference between private and public. I've stepped out of the private, out of the public. I'm in the private now. This is private property. I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Okay. You've been given warning that you're delaying their investigation. Is that correct?
Okay, now, a prior investigation or an investigation to fish for criminal activity? Because there's no criminal activity here. There's no prior violation.
I'm telling you right now, from the past time that we dealt with you last week, as well as today,
okay,
you realize that you're delaying their investigation.
Investigate. They're fishing. There is no investigation. Or if there's a prior investigation of a crime that was committed prior,
You're driving a vehicle with extremely expired registration.
that's in the private. That's in the private.
Okay, you're driving on a California highway or on the road,
Up.
surface street.
It's a public road.
Okay, let me ask you this question: is there anything I could do to have you get out of the car?
So what? So you can search it and seize it, and so you can put me in cuffs and put me in your car?
Is there
Yes.
anything I can do to get you to comply and get you out of that car peacefully? Is there any way
You can let me go about my business because obviously, look, I'm not doing anything wrong. I am not.
So we're done. So
See, you're fishing, trying to decide whether you're going to find something to incriminate me with, or to pin me on some type of bogus charge. I'm telling you, I don't want to do business because what you're doing is a presentment. I mean, you could chop it off as this.
Okay, see, again, all right, let's break that argument down because I hear that a lot too. Frauditors love to say this as well. Oh, you're just fishing for a reason to bust me. And this guy just said on some trumped up charges and this and that. It's like, well, wait a minute. If we find something to bust you for, then it's not some crazy, weird, fake charges. We're charging you for the thing we found. And this goes back to what I was talking about this morning. The video that I covered where the guy got pulled over and they found a dead body in his trunk. If they followed this guy's logic, they would have never found the dead body. You're just looking for a reason to arrest me. Well, yeah, a dead body's a damn good reason to arrest somebody. Well, you're just trying to find a reason to arrest me. See, this is the thing. This is important. And this is what the frauditors and the sovereign citizens and these people don't understand. They think that it's like this big, evil, horrible, tyrannical thing like, I'm going to try and find a reason to arrest you. No. It's if you're doing something wrong, you need to be arrested. So I am going to make sure that that's not the case. Again, you talk about the negative press they get because some idiot was filming them on their YouTube channel. That is nothing compared to the negative press they would get if a murderer or a kidnapper or someone like that gets away with it and the press finds out the cops had him, but let him go. You had the guy and you let him go? Why? Well, we didn't want him to get mad at us and accuse us of breaking the Fourth Amendment by searching his car. So we decided not to search it, even though it turns out there was a dead body in the trunk. Or again, like the video I was talking about earlier, before that, a video I covered where the same thing happened, but what they found was a kidnapped girl tied up like in the back seat. You have that little space, like where your feet go between the front seat and the back seat. There was a kidnapped girl tied up and gagged, stuffed into that crack. And if the cops didn't go out of their way to fish for a reason to arrest the guy, they wouldn't have found the girl. If the cops didn't go out of their way to fish for a reason to arrest somebody, they wouldn't have found the dead body in the trunk. They're not just fishing for a reason to arrest you because they're just mean and they want to arrest people. If you're doing something that's an arrestable offense, they need to find it. They're supposed to find it. We, the people, want them to find it. If you're doing something that's an arrestable offense, you need to get arrested. Now, I know, especially dealing with these guys, that they're going to make arguments for, well, yeah, but what about marijuana? In some states, it's still illegal. So if I just happen to have a joint in my pocket, you think it's okay for them to arrest me just because I smoked a little pot or whatever or blah, 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 right? And that's the thing. That's one of the many major problems with these guys is they look at everything in these insane extremes. Like, there's never any reason why cops do what they do. The reason why they do what they do is not just because they're horrible, evil tyrants and they're looking for an excuse to bust you. It's because if you're doing something that's an arrestable offense, they want to make sure they figure it out before they let you go. Because if you are doing something wrong, then you ought to be arrested. If you want to argue about whether or not the laws you're getting arrested for are just, you have to go through the legislature for that, not the cop on the street. So that makes that whole argument moot. And by the way, Griffey said, I'm going to taste the voodoo doll. That's right, $2 Australian because we haven't had a tasing in a while. Time for a good tasing in memory of this sovereign citizen idiot, a good old-fashioned voodoo doll tasing. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah. Woo. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. It's nice that it's been a while since I got tased. Oh, wait a minute. We have a membership milestone, it looks like, from Ray Ray. And, yeah, Hez said I could announce it. Wow, seriously, Hez, you're going to let me do it? Thank you. Like, no, for real. Like, seriously, I appreciate that. Hez is going to let me announce the membership milestone from Ray Ray. Thank you, Hez. You've never let me do this before. I won't let you down, buddy. Can I have a happy dance? Thanks, Hez. Well, you know what, Ray Ray? I'll give you the dance here. Hey, you like that? Huh? You like seeing that? You like watching me twerk? Huh? I'm sorry. Stop it, please. It hurts. I don't mean it. I'm sorry.
Man, that dude's a punk. All right, Ray, here's your happy dance for real. All right, you know what? I'm going to give you a double trouble. Okay, you know what? How about a triple dipple? Ole, all right. Quadruple poople. All right, thank you. Highway Stars for $2 says, tase him again because he's a bubblegum freak. Yes.
Yo tengo chicle en el cerebro. I got bubblegum in my brain. Get it? Chicle en el cerebro. It's Spanish if I have bubblegum in my brain. It's back, man. You're Mr. Rock and Roll guy. You should know that. What? Nothing's happening. Why? Well? I don't get it. Why am I here if I'm not gonna get... Turns out...
We got 5 gifted memberships from Peck. All right. All right. Thank you, Peck. I appreciate the appreciation. Oh, boy, you guys are so generous. I love you guys. I got the best fans in the world, as you know. Now let's watch the satisfying satisfaction of watching this sovereign citizen get what's coming to him. All right.
or that, but I don't want to consent to any business right now. I'm closed for business. I don't want.
Nobody's
I don't
doing
need
business, you douche canoe.
subjugate myself to whatever you're going to decide to charge me with. Like that's in the end of the day, that's what you're trying to do is fishing, and you're going to say that delaying an investigation. An investigation to what? An investigation for you to find something to charge me with.
Interrupt you. I'm going to ask you one more time. Is there anything I could say to get you to change your mind and get out of the car?
Why do you want me to get out of the car?
Because I'm ordering you.
So you guys took it personal.
Plain and simple.
Waited for me all over the corner inches. Wait again, right?
Is there anything I could do to convince you to get out of the car?
You
got what I need.
Anything short of getting involved in an altercation with you, which I don't want to happen.
I don't either.
Okay.
I want to go home. I have stuff to do. Everybody, I have to work. I have to make a living. And if this car isn't registered, it's because it's in the private now. And I'm hard having to pay month to month rent and bills for the kids and bills for everything. You think I want my girl working? I have her working because we have no choice. You know how expensive everything is?
The question that I've asked you 3 times now. Is there anything I can do to convince you to come out of that car peacefully?
To do business.
Period. Yes or no?
I don't want to do business. I don't want to do business.
Answer the question. Is there anything I could say to get you to change your mind to come out of the car peacefully? Answer yes or no.
I can't afford taking this car out of the impound. I can't afford going to prison or jail for because somebody's ego got hurt.
So then comply with lawful orders if you don't want to go to jail.
Can you promise me that? Yeah, as soon as I get out of here, you're gonna cuff me up. You're gonna take the car. I'm gonna end up in the hole because what? Because I consented. That's the end of the day. Once you consent, you open the door for contract. I don't want a contract. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. So what is your answer? Yes or no? Is there anything I can tell you that makes you get out of the car peacefully? I'm not gonna make promises about putting you in handcuffs or not.
See what it comes down to? It's like do what I want, do what I say, or
yeah. I'm trying to be really nice and have a lot of patience for the second time now.
Did you look into what I told you last time about having a trustee, about being in the private?
Yes or no? I'm done conversing with you. We did this before. I pulled up and I hear this officer giving you lawful orders to get out of the vehicle, and you are not. We don't need to have any more conversation about will you get out of the car or what kind of issues you have with the car being registered or you wanting to go to jail or not. We are done. We are past that. If you want to talk at the side of this window till the sun comes up and then till the whole next day, we'll do that too, because I can talk with the best of them. But I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with you by doing that.
You've made up your mind. That's why you're not open to the reality that we're in. Like it's by force. The reality
that we're in is you're now delaying an investigation and refusing to comply with lawful orders.
An investigation to fish to go do charges like that's you can't put the horse before the carriage before the horse. It just makes no sense. How am I delaying an investigation that has no prior merit?
This is the last time I'm going to ask you before we're done having this conversation. Are you willing to get out of the car lawfully, on your own and peacefully?
By doing so, I don't want to submit myself to any jurisdiction of whatever contract you want to do. Like that's the end of the day. You want to do that. Like
that's fine.
Can I speak to your superior?
When we're done, not right now.
There has to be someone that understands.
I'm the one talking to you right now.
Yes, but you don't want to understand that there's a private and a public. That there's a 14th Amendment citizen that automatically does fall under your jurisdiction and is subjected to whatever you say. But like I told you, I already have my filings.
Included this, when we're done, you can talk to him all you want.
When I'm cuffed up in a cell in the middle of nowhere, you think he's going to step up and bother with me?
You're saying you're going in a cell.
Once you guys get me out of the car, everything's out the window. I know how it works.
You can talk to him all you want. You have my word.
There's other crimes, a lot of things that you guys could be doing instead of just like.
Step out of the car. Right now.
I'm not doing this as a challenge. I'm not doing it to bother you guys or it's just I'm trying to go about my business and just do me and trying to like just everybody leave me alone. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm not trying to get hurt. I'm not. It's like you guys are just trying to escalate it into something that it's not.
Step out of the car right now.
Sir, I don't want to contract. I don't want.
I know what you don't want to do, man. It'll be fine. Okay? You're going to be calm. We're going to be calm. We're going to get through this. That's all it is. You're going to nice and slowly open the door. We're going to nice and slowly pull you to the side over here. And we'll go from there. Matter of fact, I'll call my supervisor once you get out of the car and we make sure that you don't have any weapons on.
Let's take a look real quick. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning of the show, I showed a video from Natural State Transparency. And it was a perfect example of how this sort of interaction could go. What happens? Cops pull the guy over for swerving. They ask him why he's swerving. They want to make sure he's not drunk and driving dangerous. He explains that there was something wrong with his steering column, like it was pulling to the left, and so he has to go get it fixed. And they're like, okay, do you mind stepping out of the car, and do you mind if we search it? He said, no, it's all good. So he steps out of the car. The cops pull him to the side. They search his car. They don't find anything. They run his license. They see that he has priors. They saw that he had a prior conviction for meth. They said, so did you got arrested in March for meth? He's like, yeah, but it's cool. I'm clean now. And they're like, all right. Well, we didn't find anything in your car. Get that steering wheel fixed, man. That's dangerous. Here's your license. Have a nice day. Now, nobody got their window smashed. Nobody went to jail. Nobody got pepper sprayed. They let him go with a warning. They just told him get his steering wheel fixed. That's it. No consequences, no punishment, nothing at all because he did nothing wrong. He legitimately was driving that way because he had a problem with his steering column or his steering wheel, whatever it was. And that's what this could have been. Cops ask him to get out of the car. He gets out, and it could have been exactly the same thing as that video. He gets out. They search. And they did. The video I'm talking about, they searched him before they searched his car. He said, you got anything on you? He's like, I got my pocket knife. It's right here. And he lifted his shirt up, and the cop took the pocket knife out. Hey, no problem. Now, I know that the frauditors and the sovereign citizens and these guys would love to say, well, because they searched him and this and that, they were violating his rights. But, one, they weren't because the cop asked, and he gave him permission to search the car. So he had his consent, so you can't make that argument. And ultimately, the fact of the matter is, in the end, what was the end result? Nothing happened. He was inconvenienced for a couple minutes, and then they let him go and he went about his business. This guy, the way he's doing it, and especially because he's already on probation, he probably is going to end up getting locked up. Why do you have to push it that far? To prove a point? To prove what point? That you're an idiot? Well, good job. You're proving it. We're all well aware of it now.
I don't have any weapons. I'm telling you that.
So we just need to make sure.
Like a criminal is going to tell them the truth.
Well, right now, I'm the supervisor out here. We'll call him once everything's secure and safe out here.
I'm sorry. I got to respond to that too. Because these guys and the frauditors both love to do this. I told you all I'm doing is filming. I'm not up to nefarious intent. I told you all I'm doing is driving. I'm not bothering anybody. I told you I don't have any weapons on me. So the guy that I was talking about earlier, who the cops, because they did all of the things that frauditors and sovereign citizens say that cops shouldn't do, It's specifically because they did the things that these guys would say they should not do that they found a dead body in the trunk. Or the video I was talking about from a couple weeks ago, where they found the girl that was kidnapped tied up and stuffed between the back seat and the front seat. Again, two circumstances where the cops would never have found those things if they didn't do all of the things that these guys say cops should never do. In other words, just going to prove that cops should continue to do those things. So in those circumstances, if what this guy just said is the way the real world worked, which it's not, then what would have happened was, when the first guy got pulled over that had the kidnapped girl locked in his car, well, in the back seat, tied up and gagged, when the cop stopped him and said, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" he would have said, "I'm sorry, I have a kidnapped girl in my car." Because that's what criminals do. That other guy, when he got pulled over, the officer said, "Do I know why I pulled you over?" "Yeah, there's a dead body in my trunk." In other words, you're going to sit here and say, "But I'm not a real criminal." Well, this guy is. Obviously, he's on probation, and he violated his probation. What's he on probation for? Assault. So he's not Mr. Sweet Innocent guy. But the point is, they seem to believe that cops and judges and lawyers and everyone should just take your word for it. Because criminals would never lie. Criminals would never say, "I didn't do it." Criminals always volunteer that there's a dead body in their trunk. If you have 200 pounds of cocaine in the back and you get pulled over, the first thing you're going to tell the cop is, "Hey, I got coke in my trunk." Because that's what happens in the real world. So because you say, "I don't have any weapons," well, he says he doesn't have any weapons, so now we know. And then again, so what would happen if you were on your way to shoot up a school and you get stopped? "Oh, no, I don't have any weapons." "Oh, okay, go ahead." And then you go and you shoot up the school. And then people find out that you got stopped on the way to the shooting, and the cops let you go because you told them you don't have a weapon. And they just believed you. Criminals lie. They deal with criminals. That's their freaking job. So they deal with lawyers all day. That's why they can't take your word for it.
See how everything I say can and will be used against me? I told you I do this every day. So you guys waiting on the corner for me again. And see, that's why I don't like answering questions.
Okay, so go ahead and step out, and then we'll go from there.
Call your supervisor, brother, because obviously.
Do you understand I am the supervisor right here right now?
At the moment, yes, but you're not listening to reason. That this is not a 14th Amendment.
What you're saying is unreasonable. What you're saying is insane.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you just step out of the car?
Because I know what happens. You cuff me up, you throw me in the back, you ransack my stuff, you give me tickets, you take the car, and then I'm asked out wet.
So then, if you know that, why didn't the first time
You're gonna do it
you didn't just step out of the car?
Because I've already went.
How do you know, Robert? How do you know I wasn't just going to give you a ticket or give you a warning? How do you know that? Do you know that, Robert?
As soon as I pulled over, what you're doing, screaming, yelling, you were ready to draw your gun.
Yeah, because you're on probation for 245 on a peace officer. With a gun.
Do you understand?
You failed to tell us that you're on probation. You failed to identify yourself. Your car's way expired. Okay? Do you understand where I'm coming from? You know that you've shot at a police officer before.
You don't even know the facts.
Okay.
You don't even know the facts. Have you gone and looked into a case that you assume you know? You don't even know the facts.
Fine. Let's do this. You're on probation for 245.
You think I am? Are you sure that's me?
I have triple verified.
Did you know that before you pulled me over last time? No, but you were screaming ready to pull the trigger before you even knew who I was. If you say that is me, in fact.
To you last time what happened? What was it? You went almost 2-3 blocks, right?
I have no weapons.
Last time he
I'm
got
not-
let off
I'm
with a
not armed
warning.
to anybody. Can I get your superior?
What?
Can I get your superior? Besides that guy.
Hold on, you're not reading this game.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, automatically, you guys want to step on somebody's neck and
You're
just
trying to sound
force
educated,
orders.
but it's not. You're not hitting the ball nail at all. Trying to formulate sentences that don't even make sense.
It's all right. You know we're living in a bankrupt society, right?
You're not teaching us anything, okay?
Nothing you already don't know, which is even worse because you know, knowing this, you're still decide to go that route.
Yeah, see the son you have up there, right?
Excuse
You're
me?
the son of God?
Yes.
Okay. You know what the Bible tells us about obeying authority?
Yes.
You do? It says that we shall obey the authority that is set here on earth. That's how we honor God, correct?
Correct.
So right now we're the authority, right? So it's as simple as stepping out and we conduct our investigation and then my partners decide what to do. But if you're going to be proclaiming that, you should follow what you are proclaiming, correct? If it says that you shall abide by the authority that has been put in this earth, and that's us.
And I do.
You're not,
I don't break
because
the
we
law.
already asked you.
I don't break the law
But we're giving you a
willingly.
lawful order. Therefore,
I don't break the
Yes.
law willingly, but he's on probation for shooting
now
at
you're
a cop.
contradicting yourself. So instead of making this easier and living by what you're proclaiming that you live by, you're just making this harder. You
Okay.
could have been done with this a long time ago.
There's a difference.
It's not a difference.
Common law. Okay, look.
It's not a difference. The Bible is clear on saying that you shall obey the law and the authority that's put here on earth. Now you're just contradicting yourself. And you're saying that the Bible is contradicting itself.
No, the Bible
Yes,
is not
it
contradicting
is,
itself.
exactly.
There's only one supreme law. That's the Father. That's Him.
That's the law. But he says you shall abide by the law that's put here on earth by men. It's clear as day. And we're the law and you're not obeying. You're just making this way harder. This could have been done a long time ago. If you step out, you're abiding by what you live, we're done with this. What is your first name again?
Excuse me?
What is your first name again? You told me last week.
I don't remember telling you this week or last
I
week.
have something to show you. If you refuse to continue to comply with our instructions and our orders, you will be sitting there, and we will be deploying some chemical agents into your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It will hurt you.
I don't want that to happen.
Okay, I know, but it's going to if you continue to refuse to comply. We will deploy chemical agents in your vehicle until you come out. Do you understand me?
Why would you want to do that?
It'll be-
You want to.
it'll be
You
painful
you
for you.
willingly want to hurt somebody.
I do not.
Then why would you want to do that?
Because I don't want to, but you're refusing to comply. So I'm going to give you another warning.
You want me to come? So
You are going to get chemical agents in your vehicle, and it will be unpleasant for you.
you guys are too much.
Okay?
So automatically, because you find something on the record that you don't like, you're gonna decide to target them because you don't even know the facts. You like.
Understand what I'm saying? You're going to have chemical agents deployed into your vehicle.
I don't want chemical vehicles in chemical agents in my vehicle.
You're going to step out. There's a reason why they're wearing gas masks, because it's not pleasant.
No, watch out.
Okay, step out then. This is your last warning.
You should giving him like.
This is your last warning.
This is a stick of pictures, and you're giving him like, go ahead, run it,
You're going to step out.
put it away.
Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna step out,
Okay.
but I'm not. I'm gonna do it, and it's only under duress. I'm letting that putting it on the record. It's only under duress because I don't want to get hurt. I don't want nobody else to get hurt, and because obviously you guys are just don't want to listen to reason.
No, you don't want to listen to reason.
Let me just drink some tea real quick. I'm gonna get out. Like this is just up,
All
man.
of these guys always project everything onto everyone else.
Leave the keys in there. Leave the keys.
Nice and slow. Step out. Keep your hands up.
He got a warning and disregarded it. Now he's facing a whole different set of circumstances. Now, what if he goes to trial? And what if, like other soft sits with his beliefs, he undergoes a psych eval? Rarely do we get to hear things about a soft sit that goes under a psych eval. We happen to have a short clip here of one who did. And we get the doctor's diagnosis of it. I think you'll find this very interesting. So
I covered this
tuned.
video last week.
You're going
This
to
is
see
good
something
stuff.
very rare.
Dr. Williamson, I had entered an order calling for an evaluation of for competence to proceed, and you received a copy of that order. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you have reviewed various documents purportedly authored by Mr.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And his pursuant to an appointment, I understand, made by his counsel, he appeared at your office for the interview that was contemplated by that order. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Now, we have, both counsel and I have reviewed I've reviewed a document entitled Competency Evaluation of yours. Could you share those impressions with us?
Yes, Your Honor. It appears to me that is suffering from delusional disorder, primarily grandiose and persecutory type. And that typically is a diagnosis that is part of individuals that have psychotic processes. However, you can have delusional disorder without hallucinations or thought disorder, things of that nature. I would add that having reviewed, and at that point there was only an initial document filed, actually a written note, I believe, from his mother, but having read over the other documents, I would add some concerns about, possible thought disorder. And I say that simply because the legal texts that or responses that were made by Mr. Are difficult to understand. It seems very similar to what we would call a word salad type of presentation when we're talking to someone who is suffering from a psychotic disorder, and they're basically not making sense. There's what we call loosening of associations and referential thinking, where they will go back to what they've said before, but really there's a lack of coherence, if you will, in their oral presentation. So in looking at the written documents, and certainly I'm not a legal expert, but looking up some of the words and things that were used by in the general presentation of the documents, it would look nonsensical, if you will. It's not clear to me what point he is making or what his defense is, even though he, is making the point that he's able to represent himself. So all I'm saying is that in addition to the delusion that I definitely saw, I do have some concerns now about a thought disorder.
Dr. Williamson, I wanted to ask you about the nature of his apparent delusions.
Yes, sir.
Oftentimes we see people who have some unorthodox beliefs here in court, and they sometimes are part of what might be characterized as a sovereign citizen movement, where they're oftentimes seeking to frustrate law enforcement and obstruct the processes in court.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Is that a fair characterization from your impression?
Certainly, I can see that as an interpretation, and I am aware of this sovereign citizen concept or idea. Having evaluated individuals who have taken that approach, I would say there is a distinction, and that distinction would be, while I do agree that there's an attempt to, in essence, say that the laws and judicial process, do not apply to him, the reasoning is substantially more illogical, it seems to me, than your typical individual who is making that sovereign citizen, if you will, defense. So what I'm saying here is that there seems to be a lot more disorganization and lack of clarity. And even though when you evaluate individuals with the sovereign citizen concept, they often have presuppositions, et cetera, that are, let's say, equally unusual or distorted, but we could say persecutory delusions might be there as well.
Well, if that hasn't got Oscar written all over it, I'll eat my invitation to the award ceremony.
And thanks for joining Facts or Frauds. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, you're subscribed, and ring that bell for notifications so the next time I premiere a video, you can be in the live chat with everyone else and leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think. And a huge thanks to our channel members, Robert Morley, Andy, Chris Kelly, Goddess of Truth, Peter Wagamole, Pat's Cats, West.
Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. As always, from Facts or Frauds. Gotta love it, gotta love it, gotta love it. Love it. I love it. Yeah. All right. Anyway, as I always say, thank you guys for joining me this morning. I love you guys. I got the best fans in the world. Best fans in the world. And that's you guys. Round of applause for you guys. Yes, yes, yes. And as you know, if you're with the flow and you always watch my morning show, you're already quite well aware that I have a show on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday night. Me and Frauditor News Network with a different guest. This Saturday, August 5th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frauditor Follows YouTube channel. Our guest is going to be Frauditor Roundup. That's right, and then on August 12th, I'm excited for this, the one and only Dick Banquet Droll. And then on Saturday, August 19th, our guest is going to be the one and only former Mystery Saucer Theater. Darth Vader's going to be here, all right. And then on August 26th, yes indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Frauditor Round. September 2nd, ladies and gentlemen, 2023, right here on the Frauditor Follies YouTube channel, Saturday night snafu at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dummy Kruger is going to be here. And then on September 9th, the newest Frauditor, anti-Frauditor channel hold on. I don't know if she's the newest, but she's one of my favorites of the new anti-Frauditor channel. Underground News is going to be here. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I said it. I got it out. I spit it out. I got my tongue untwisted, and I said the word properly this time. So that all being said, thank you all again. Once again, love you guys so much. And like they always say at the end of the show, that when you see the Elvis gnome, that's when you know it's over. So until then, yeah. I'm all shook up.
It's really nice to meet you, Mr. Billy Chance.
I'm Roddy Piper. I'm Roddy Piper. You're.
I know you are, but what am I?
You're a real love boat, aren't you? You're a dandy, aren't you? Tell me, was there only one of you?
So funny, I almost fell off my dinosaur. Somebody almost fell off my dinosaur.
What's that supposed to mean? Tell me something. You're.
What?
Oh, what? Aren't your pants just a little short? I mean, let's face facts then. Take a look at yourself. Your hair is all back. You got this silly little bow tie on. You got pants that come up to here. Your socks. Yeah, what are you talking about, man?
I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me, it sticks to you.
Okay, wait a second. Everybody out of the pool, wait a second. Supposing it was a rainy day. Rain's falling. You're in a room all by yourself.
I have some rainy day fun, that's what I'd have. I have rainy day fun because you don't have to have toys all the time, duh, Ronnie.
Well, what would you do then? Well, wait. Yo. What are you doing? What are you doing, man?
See, I'll show you how you can do fun with nothing, like just a pair of socks. Look, hello, Ronnie. Hello. Look, you can play puppets like this. Look, here, put this on your hand right here, and you can play. Yeah. Look, and then you can make the eyes like this. La 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 la. Hello, Ronnie, puppet.
Hello, P.U. Tell me something. What's the name of your puppet?
My puppet's name is Mr. Puppet.
Oh, that's original. My puppet's name is Stinky Pew.
No kidding, P.U., you stink.
Do you watch cartoonies?
Yeah.
Please do excuse me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go over you. Do you watch cartoonies?
Yes,